This is Reality Dispatch by Jim Minns.
The pillow was wet and had soaked through to the feathers. Doc had assumed it was drool and that he was emerging from a deep rest, but it was revealed with little shock that the ooze from his mouth was blood. The consumption was taking its toll, and no matter how much medicine he took, having upped his dosage from 4 swigs an hour to 8, along with a change in medicine from whiskey to scotch, nor the move to sunny Tombstone, the evidence of his pillow was clear. His days were dwindling. Holiday had come to terms with his fate long ago, but its imminence was sobering. He looked at himself in the mirror after he had splashed a generous amount of water on his face. The drips had done little to improve his image. He was white as a ghost, as would be his form soon enough. But it wasn't yet, which disappointed him. He took his Remington and held it tight in his hand, a habit he had picked up from his dentistry days, when he had to endure screams from patients not used to the pain of tooth extraction. The firmness of the grip soothed his anxiety. It was providing the same relief to him now. He checked the chambers and was excited when he remembered he had loaded it the night before. The more dangerous the weapon, the more relaxed he felt. Doc often hid the weapon down the front of his pants, across his genitals. The thrill of this senseless pursuit he could not explain. He retrieved his cane and proceeded outside. He had slept in his clothes, and although the blood needed dressing from his cheeks, nothing observable was on his outfit. He caught the sun on his eyes as he drank his medicine, continuing the hair of the dog as the morning strolled at a slow pace. Perhaps the end wouldn't be worse than this. What was living if your time was spent chasing death with the hit of a brain killer? That's when Virgil strolled along with Wyatt and Morgan closely behind. Wyatt had caught Doc's eye, and Doc knew to follow. Something about that look. They each proceeded in formation towards the back streets of Tombstone. Wyatt filled Doc in on the purpose of the walk. Ike was refusing to leave. He began and ended. Nothing more was said. Nothing needed to be. Virgil turned to see Doc walking with the brothers. He threw his shotgun towards him, and Doc simultaneously threw his cane back to Virgil. They caught their packages in unison. Virgil knew of Doc's reputation and understood there would be no hesitation to do what needed to be done under the circumstances. Doc was buoyed by the thought of having the Remington down the front of his pants. It gave him extra choices should the Clanton cowboys play dirty. Doc smelt blood, and it was probably his own, but it was a reminder that his days were numbered. He had nothing to live for, and a man that doesn't have anything to live for has nothing to stop him from taking that which another man holds dear. The mini posse came close to the back streets and could hear the cowboys muttering amongst themselves. They were tending to their horses at the OK Corral. Virgil addressed them as the men approached. "Ike," he yelled. The cowboys turned to face the posse. They outnumbered them in bullets, but not in guts.
For more stories of fact-based fiction, head to jimminns.substack.com.